Truly exciting news to see what James Webb Telescope was able to show us from a particular exoplanet that is not too far away from where we are, and this exoplanet reveals presence of carbon-rich atmosphere. And what does that mean? The presence of greenhouse gases, like for example carbon dioxide presence and also methane. And this here is really an incredible eye-opening experience here based on what is the impact of such presence in this particular exoplanet and what are the chances of it being habitable for us to actually explore more about. And so looking deeper into this particular exoplanet, which is called the K2-18b, is at this particular star region, which is the K2-18, and this here, because it is B, it's really close to that particular star. And in terms of where this particular exoplanet is positioned, it is around 120 light years away from Earth, which is really close to our own solar system. And also in addition to that, in terms of the size of this particular exoplanet, is around 8.6 times bigger than Earth. And what are the chances of this here being able to be habitable for we, or I would say animals, or I would say living things? There are couple of interesting characteristics that may be of stipulations that has to do with this particular exoplanet and how that may be parallel to our own planet. One, for example, is that if this particular oceans is that particular amount, maybe if it's around 70%, according to maybe if that is true, there might be some interesting things that has to do with the closeness of this particular exoplanet to its sun, and the closeness can affect the temperatures of those oceans, which may make it really uninhabitable for those particular species to exist. And most of the species that we're talking about here produce some interesting products here, like for example some sulfur based compounds according to our own history of Earth with regards to microbiomes, and also most importantly the presence or production of other compounds that may be crucial for the sustainability of life. Like for example, we have cyanobacteria, which may most likely help to convert some of these particular carbon rich compounds into oxygen, or many more things to think about. So really fascinating to see the future of this particular research here with regards to this particular exoplanet K2-18b and what are its chances of it being habitable. Do you think that the harsher environment that this particular exoplanet might possess might prevent it from actually keeping or sustaining life, or do you think that now there are chances of those particular living things existing in that particular place that may give rise to the production of different diverse types of compounds? Now let's look at the diverse type of compounds according to this particular article here, which shows the following. That shows not only the presence of methane and carbon dioxide, but also dimethyl sulphide, which is produced most likely by this microbiome, and also we just have no presence of oxygen according to what we have right now. Other conditions that this actually shows in terms of how it compares to that of Earth is that in terms of its radius, it is around 2.6 times that of Earth, and this here means, according to this article, that the planetary interior likely contains a large mantle of high pressure ice like Neptune, but with a thinner hydrogen rich atmosphere and an ocean surface. And finally, one interesting finding is that the presence of the carbon dioxide and methane and less amounts of ammonia in its atmosphere suggests the hypothesis, according to this article, that there may be a water ocean underneath a hydrogen-rich atmosphere in this K2-18b. So, really fascinating to see what this particular article had to show us coming from NASA, and many more investigations that is going to be coming after, of course, the results of the James Webb Telescope near-infrared camera spectroscopy, and many more techniques that were used to enhance this particular results right here. Maybe in the future once we might say what the MIRI will actually have to offer and also support what we had from the Hubble Space Telescope of this particular exoplanet. So hit a comment down below, let me hear your thought about this. By that way we can talk to you soon. Stay smart as always and believe in yourselves.